What made you choose the Parks and Recreation theme song as a song you'd like to be played out tonight?
I think it's always been a very positive show for me, and it's kind of a feel-good song. Plus, Leslie Knope is one of my heroes. So,
And what made you decide to run for LGBTQ officer?
the LGBTQ network and social to a lesser extent has been a massive part of my time here at university, and it's helped me in numerous ways. So I felt like it would be an amazing chance to give back to the community that's done so much for me while I've been here.
You mentioned your previous experiences which make you feel like the right person for the job, such as your current position as a transgender convener.
Yeah.
How has this influenced your policies, such as inclusivity?
I think during my time here, I've been both queer and transgender convener, and it's made me realize just how important making sure the network is as inclusive and representative as possible. So I feel like if I was to take on the role of being LGBTQ officer, I have learned the importance, I think, or at least I'm learning the importance of making sure the network is as diverse as possible and making sure as many different voices are heard.
One of your 5 most important policies is accessibility.
Yeah.
What do you mean by this, and how do you intend to implement it?
I think I was thinking about this in a couple of different ways. Essentially, I'd want to make the LGBTQ network as accessible as possible, no matter what a person's ability or disability would be. So I'd want to make sure that it's held each week in a place that people can access, no matter if they have, say, mobility aids or physical handicaps. I'd want to make sure that I work closely with other liberation networks, such as the Disabled Students Network, to make sure that as many disabled LGBTQ students are coming and making sure that they feel like it's, a safe and inclusive environment for them to, I guess, join in on.
You also list meaningful campaigns as a policy.
Yeah.
Again, what do you mean by this, and how do you propose to enforce this in the future?
I was thinking of meaningful campaigning in terms of making sure that the work we're doing is truly making a difference for LGBTQ students, both within the network and on the campus as a whole, because our network doesn't necessarily mean, it doesn't include every single LGBTQ student on campus. So I want to make sure that any campaigns that we work really hard on in the future will have very deep and widespread effects for students here at the uni.
Do you feel that more representation should be done than simply the position of LGBTQ officer within the university?
Yeah, I think I think it is something that could definitely be worked on, and I think it is very important to make sure that the issues of LGBTQ students, especially, being transgender myself and representing transgender students, I feel like that is a very pressing topic that does need to be talked about a bit more within the university.
The mental health crisis has been a huge issue in York student politics in previous years, and of course affects the LGBTQ community. Yeah. How would you, if elected, try to combat and help this very serious and prevalent issue?
I think I would work on something that we've done a bit in the past. So brainstorming as a community, or not as a community, as a network, things that we feel need to be worked on. So I'd want to hear from students themselves the areas they feel like need to be tackled, and then as their representative, I would want to work with USU and, say, the university, maybe, outside the university as well, different groups that could actually help us implement the issues that students feel need to be worked on.
Do you value the idea of continuity between yourself and your predecessor, or are there major changes that you would like to make if you were elected?
I definitely value continuity. I think that this year has been, for me and many other students, a really great year in terms of who's running the LGBTQ network at the moment, and I would really like to continue the great work they're doing. I feel like it's very big shoes to fill. I don't know if I could be as great as our current representative is, but I would definitely want to work to continue the way that they're running things, essentially. Yeah.
If elected, what do you feel are the biggest problems you will face during your tenure?
I think I want to make people aware of the fact that LGBTQ representation is still important. I think that there is kind of this idea that, we have gay marriage and, everything's solved. I want to make sure that non-LGBTQ students and staff at the university recognize that there are still massive issues that need to be worked on.
Brilliant. And finally, sum up your campaign in 2 words.
Inclusive and accessible.